Before we get started, we would like to warn you that this episode contains heavy subject matters such as gun violence, injury, and talks of depression.
Please watch with caution as the conversation does delve into dark places
If indeed you've been affected by any of the issues,
by mental health or injury or anything discussed in the podcast.
there are organisations listed below in the description box.
There are UK and USA organizations. Please find the one local to you. Enjoy the episode.
I'm learning.
Welcome along to this episode of the Peter and Chris are Learnding podcast. I'm Peter.
And I'm Chris, and we are delighted to introduce our guest today.
Joseph, I'm a T11 complete paraplegic. I was set up and shot in a home invasion on December 19th of 2019. A little backstory of who I was before my shooting was I was in cross country and track in high school. I had straight A's except for through my senior year where I kind of started falling back and hanging out with bad people. I became homeless after high school where my stepmom was saying if my dad leaves then I have to leave because we didn't get along. And then after that I pretty much became homeless and I lived in tent city, shelters, storage units, abandoned cars, abandoned buildings. um, so yeah, and then I got shot on December 19th, 2019, and let me tell you a story about that. So what happened was I was staying with a friend. I'm not going to say anybody's names. I was staying with a friend, and he noticed I needed help, and I he let me stay with him for a bit, but then he started talking to this one chick and allowing her and her mother to stay with us. It was all right in the beginning, but then later on, her brother ended up staying with us, and that's when things kind of like skyrocket right there, um, where there was like a lot of disagreements, where there was arguments, and I kind of got in the middle of it. I used to question that chick saying, "Are you dating him?" Because she didn't act like it. Are you dating him? She's like, "No." I told my friend, they're not. She said, "You're not dating." Blah blah. Long story short, I think she was trying to like um, try to get drugs from him because I was end up selling drugs and doing drugs when I was homeless. My own grandparents left me at a shelter, so I went through a lot of depression after that. But I started selling because of my daughter. I got clean, started selling, and that's when I started going around that really bad people. So yeah. So anyways, there's a lot of arguments at the house, and I got in the middle of it, and I got mad at them saying, "You guys need to leave. I'm tired of you guys disrespecting my friend in his own home, eating up our food, laying on our couch, just being bums." um, so yeah, so um, they didn't like it after I told them to get the f out. I didn't put hands on them. Of course, they did with me. Um, and I didn't put hands on them, but they end up not liking it that I yelled at them. So they snuck back in after I was talking to my friend in the room with the door closed. They snuck back in. I heard a knock on the door and I seen a rifle aimed at me. That was really scary for me. I seen a rifle aiming at me and I was like, oh shoot. I closed the door and I ran into the closet and I just seen the rifle just aiming at me in the closet, just waiting for me. And I was thinking, dang, is this how I'm going to die? Just getting shot in the closet. And I seen a stick in the closet and I tried whacking them with it, but they took it from me.
Yeah.
Uh, so I ran out of the closet and they ended up beating me left to right. I have a scar on my head and multiple scars on top of my head, which is why I grew out my hair because I had a buzz cut back then. I even have a scar on my hand. I don't know if you guys can see it, but just from trying to block. But yeah, and they end up throwing me on the bed, and I looked at the guy. I looked at the guy who he was, and he started gouging my eyes. And I just remember like moving my head back and forth, trying to get away from him. And and I just thought, man, is this how I'm gonna die? Like I started, I thought of it again, and my life flashed before my eyes. And what I mean about that was, I thought of my whole family, my daughter, my sisters, my little brother. He was like probably 7 at that time. So I thought about them, and I thought I was gonna die. Well, I did die, but I came back. So yeah, so anyway, somehow I was able to get back up. I think my friend at that time got him off of me when he was gouging my eyes, and I started running. I ran out the room, and that's when I heard gunshots. And I heard gunshots. It was like about 2 or 3 shots, and the first one grazed my shoulder. I have a graze mark on my shoulder, and then the second one it hit me in my back on my T11 area. And thinking now, I'm just thankful it didn't shoot me in the head because I'll be dead and I won't be making content for people and helping them. So yeah, so I fell pretty much close to the door and I started like trying to crawl towards the door and I was trying to tell myself, get up. Like, why can't I move my legs? Because I didn't know nothing about being paralyzed. I thought it was just like I'll get over it, pretty much where it's like I will recover someday. So yeah, I didn't know nothing about being paralyzed, and so I was confused why I couldn't run. And they held a gun to my head, and they held a gun to my head, and I just like had my hand out. I'm like, "Don't shoot me! Don't shoot me! I have a daughter! Don't shoot me!" Uh, and from what the police report said, is my friend told them that they were kicking me in below my injury level, like my legs, or whatever. So yeah, and all I remember was after they left, all I remember was like telling my friend, help me, why didn't you help me? And he was like, I did, I got hit in the head. And I told him, I did too. I got hit in the head as well. Um, so all I remember was like pretty much like dazing in and out. So I didn't know much like how long it took the ambulance to come. So it seemed like it took like 5 to 10 minutes for them to come. And I just remember them carrying my body out to the ambulance. And they're asking me questions. They're asking me, was this a drug deal? And I told them, no, it wasn't. I was just defending my friend. I told them, don't shoot me, I have a daughter. And when they asked me if this was a drug deal, I remember looking up at him and I see my pants ripped off because they're, it's a protocol they do your pants to analyze you. So yeah, and I looked at him. I'm like, no. And I told him I had a daughter, and then I ended up dying in the ambulance. So that's all I remember. Oh, and also, I didn't mention this in the other podcast, but what it was like to die, it was honestly peaceful for me. I didn't remember nothing in the afterlife. It was just things started like my ears started like buzz. My eyes, everything looked black and gray to me. I just felt at peace and I was just calm for some reason. So yeah, and then I died in the ambulance, and that's all I remember.
What age were you?
Oh, I was 21 at that time.
21.
I'm 27 now.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, that must have been the most terrifying experience.
Yeah.
How long did that event go on? Was it like, or during like half an hour, or was it during an hour?
Honestly, it wasn't documented on how long I was under or how long I was dead. I know that they flew me to El Paso, Texas from Las Cruces, New Mexico, where I was shot at. They flew me to El Paso, Texas to resuscitate me and do other surgeries. I have a scar on my stomach because they had to do like biopsy on me and see what's wrong with the inside and
Yeah.
patch anything up. So, because the bullet exploded in me, I was shot with the 45. So, yeah.
I'm not really clued up on guns. What is it? 45, is it?
A 45 is a bigger bullet than a 9 millimeter. It's a handgun.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm just blown away by that story. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
great introduction.
Um,
So, how long was the recovery period between ambulance to wheelchair kind of thing?
Um, it took about 3 months. I was an inpatient for 2 months, and it was that long for me because I had a UTI in the rehab, so I had to be there longer. And in order to leave rehab, you have to be able to do basic things. But once I was able to do what I need to do and got better, I was in outpatient for a month and I was waiting for a wheelchair. So I couldn't go nowhere until I got a wheelchair. So
yeah.
3 months.
Um,
Was this a generic wheelchair, like a manual?
Yeah, it was just a
Yeah,
quickie wheelchair.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
a basic one.
Yeah, we've got them over here. One of those big, oversized manual chairs.
All the black ones.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, the black one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
had that before. It was horrible. I had to use that until I got my wheelchair. So I'll be bumping into corners and
Yeah, yeah,
because the feet sticks out.
Yeah. What was it like? The first time that you got in a wheelchair, was it like daunting? Was it
Uh,
unnerving?
it was kind of hard for me to adjust or adapt, because I was once walking,
Mm,
once be able to feel pleasure. Like every man wants to know if they can feel pleasure after being paralyzed. But yeah, so it was a lot for me. I went through a lot of depression. I just lost weight because I wouldn't eat, so my face was all skinny and I was really bony. I was
yeah.
like 90 pounds, about 90 pounds, and I had to gain weight for surgery. But yeah, so um, it got me mad because I used to be real big back then. I
Mm,
used to work out a lot. Right now I'm bed bound, so I can't as much. But yeah, so when I started getting skinny, it kind of made me mad because I don't like seeing myself that skinny. Like I was like it was a lot for me um, to adjust. But luckily, I have my dad to help me to be there for me. My
yeah.
stepmom, she was somewhat, but my dad was the one that was always there for me.
Yeah. Have you got a good backing, like a good family, good friends to like
Mm.
support you? Yeah.
You know what? I actually want to talk about friends. So
Oh,
because of my incident, I kind of struggle with having friends and trusting people. So luckily, I'm friends with Peter.
Mhm.
So yeah, but it took me a while to open up. I'm still kind of sketchy on people I meet.
Yeah.
Um, Oh yeah, back to rehab. I'm sorry, back to rehab. So when I was in rehab, my stepmother told me I'll rely on a call button my whole life, and so it made me mad. And so that my anger is what helped me to say I'll prove you wrong because I was in cross country and track, so I'm very competitive. And
Mm,
so I was like, I'll prove you wrong. I learned to transfer on the toilet, and my dad would be gone out of the hospital because he had to eat. And so whenever he's gone, I'm learning new stuff. I'll go on YouTube and learn new things. And so yeah, so that's how it was in rehab and how it was when I was adjusting to being paralyzed.
yeah.
your legs don't move around anymore, do they? Or
Oh no, they don't.
No,
My legs
no,
are
yeah,
completely paralyzed.
yeah. So you need your upper body strength, your arms to kind of like move around,
Yes.
and yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, I get a lot of strength um, from it's all toned out. I used to be much bigger back then, but yeah, it took a lot of strength to transfer. And a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you make transfers look easy," and it's because you just gain strength over time. And because I'm kind of lightweight, like I'm fit, so yeah,
Yeah.
and you're back to being quite buff again now.
yeah. Thanks.
So that's and then it also took you a long time to kind of to get the news to be analysed and to be able to gain acceptance from within yourself. Say this is what my life
Yeah,
is now, and
yeah. So acceptance, like I remember when I first got out of rehab, there was a person at Del Taco, one of the workers, and she was looking at me, like staring at me. I don't know if it's a wheelchair or me. So have you seen those memes? Like I don't know if they're staring at my wheelchair or me. So yeah, so she was staring at me. Maybe it's because my bulky black wheelchair I had back then. Uh, but she was staring at me and it made me mad because it took me a while to be like to set be in a wheelchair and feel comfortable.
Yeah. I imagine going from a walking able-bodied person to being um almost trapped in the wheelchair. Do you feel like you were trapped and this is it basically?
Yeah, I felt trapped in a wheelchair, especially like I mentioned, like I can't have, sexual intercourse. So I'm like, I can't do nothing.
Mm.
So it it took me a while to kind of accept I cannot, feel pleasure anymore, especially at
Mm.
21. Every young man wants to feel pleasure.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm
it took a
sure they
while to
do.
accept, and it took me a while to um, pretty much accept. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that must be a difficult thing to get over. Um, so that then so the depression and the loneliness as well, because obviously you had partners and all the rest of it. Um, and then uh, you then got with depression, then PTSD as well, which is quite common
yes,
for gunshot victims.
yeah, yeah. I have PTSD, and so when I hear balloon pops, I get scared. I'll try. It's called agoraphobia, where you're afraid to leave the house, which I still have.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, if I meet the right person or friend, then I'll be able to go outside. When I'm with my dad, I feel safe. So, uh, like to my appointments. But yeah, so when I went outside to go around the block, get some exercise, I was with my stepmom and my little brother, I believe. And there was somebody that was in their truck that stuck their head out the truck and yelled at me, and that scared me. My stepmom was like, "It's all right, it's all right," because I freeze up when I get scared. Just like I was at Walmart with my sister, and there was a guy. We're exiting Walmart, and there was a guy that was trying to cut me off with his shopping cart, like ram me or something like that. And my sister and even his girlfriend was saying, "Let him go." I'm in a
Yeah.
wheelchair and he's there trying to ram me. So I just see people negatively, and I just get scared leaving the house. But yeah, and then another story of PTSD is like when I was first paralyzed years ago. Um, my brothers were like 7 and 4 at the time, and they rammed in my room with their Nerf guns and started like shooting at me, and that freaked me out because if you barge in, it gives me PTSD. If the door's unlocked, I get scared. It has to be locked. Anybody knocking at the door, I don't know who it is. I'm not going to open it. Yeah,
Yeah.
call me. So if it's my dad without his keys, he has to stay out there.
Yeah, God. I mean, I mean, you mentioned Walmart. I mean,
Yeah.
Walmart is scary anyway. That
Yeah.
alone with like PTSD, you know,
I mean, and
Yeah.
Costco as well. We've got a few Costco stores over here in the UK, and even that's very big. And it's like, well, where do you start? Um, so
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
Uh, Also, I'd like to mention something that happened recently was that some kid, he's like maybe 18, 19 years old, some kid, because we have cameras, we could see, he he was knocking on the door and then threw something at the door. So I heard a big bang and I told my dad, don't go
right,
out there. Because I thought I was like the people involved in my shooting, because they're out of jail, at least one of them. The other person with the rifle, he killed two inmates during our court hearing. So, and they try to say I have anger issues. Like, no, I just got tired to respect my friend. You
yeah,
know, they were on drugs. I wasn't, and it shows in my system if I had it or not. But yeah, so I got scared when there was a bang at the door, and I told my dad don't go out there, and he got his gun, you know, check it out, whatever. Um, but yeah, so that was real scary for me.
yeah. What are your views on guns? Now, because I know there's a big thing about
You
American.
know what? That's a great question. A
Yeah,
lot of people try to tell me, "Oh, you should get a gun." I'm like, "No, I don't want to touch a gun." Like,
no,
I'm scared.
yeah,
oh
So,
yeah, it's a big thing actually,
uh,
isn't it? It's a big thing because obviously you need to protect yourself at some point.
yeah, I see people like young people like they try to shoot a gun and it flips back and it shoots somebody in the head. Like there's stories on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm just scared of guns. I don't want to touch it, and people gotta respect that. Just
yeah,
because you
yeah,
have guns and you have kids to protect, you
yeah.
know, it's like I don't want to touch it personally. If you have to because you have to, then that's great. But for me, a gun is scary. You know.
because is it your Second Amendment or is it
Yeah, it's the Second Amendment.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm not against it because I'm for my dad having it in the right
yeah, yeah,
hands. People could have guns, but we cannot, you know, tell who could or can't have guns because anybody could snap one day.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
and also, regardless of the law, if somebody wants to get a gun, they're going to get a gun and shoot you. Like
Yeah, yeah,
so,
yeah,
they could get in the streets or wherever.
Yeah, I
definitely.
mean, I
Yeah.
hear there's some sort of legislation trying to be put through about guns, but I don't know whether that was under the last administration or. But I did hear something about that, but I don't think Trump's administration specifically doesn't, or I don't know what's happened there. Um, but you also wanted to, I'm going to group these two together, Joe. Um,
Okay.
Ulcers and nerve pain.
Oh, nerve pain sucks. I had nerve pains all the time and it makes it life depressing. I wouldn't mind being in a wheelchair if it wasn't for my nerve pains. Like I'm not saying I want to be in a wheelchair. It's just it'll be more accepting, you know,
Yeah,
if I didn't have nerve pains because I'm in pain all the time. I can't sleep, so I'm on sleepy meds just to sleep because I used to stay up late until I'm so tired where I could sleep with nerve pains. Chris, do you get nerve pains or
I
do you
do. Yeah. So in my legs, I definitely get they're not bad nerve pains, but they suck. Like
yeah, like for me,
It's the
it's
cerebral
like a
palsy, though, isn't it, Chris? It's a cerebral palsy thing,
yeah,
not
uh,
necessarily. Yeah,
cerebral
oh
palsy. So
okay. Yeah, like for me, for having nerve pains, it's a sharp, crushing, stabbing pain in my legs all the time. Um, so yeah, that's fun.
yeah,
does it
yeah.
happen on a frequent basis, or does it just happen out of nowhere?
Oh, it happens all the time. All the time.
Time.
Okay.
Don't judge me. No. That's
Children,
it.
children.
Okay. And I was saying to Chris that you're a kind of businessman with your t-shirts. I mean, for the viewers that
Oh
can see it
yeah.
on YouTube, you can see the t-shirt you're wearing. But for the
Yeah.
audio, people, just explain what you're wearing.
Well, I'm wearing every scar tells a story, and
Yeah,
I
go
wore
on
this
then.
shirt specifically for this podcast because I'm telling my story of how I got my scars, literally,
Mm.
on my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it shows a person in a wheelchair with the guy, pretty much having his hand on the back of the guy's wheelchair, and that is to resemble my father, and then me, in the wheelchair.
Lovely.
So yeah, looking in the sunset. So
Yeah. I mean, it's so true, isn't it? Like every scar tells a story, and
yeah, you don't have to be paralyzed. You could have CP. I don't know how
yeah,
to say it. You know,
yeah, literally, and it's interesting for disabled people, especially who have to wear these scars, and it's just because of their condition, it's just because of their normal lives,
mm,
Um, it's very interesting, you
yeah.
know.
And so with the t-shirt, you've got a website of sorts with
Oh, oh yeah. You could leave a link in the
yeah,
description
will
if you
do.
post on.
And it's t-shirts and a few mugs.
Oh yeah, mug, notebook, and the mug and notebook.
Yep.
It's this.
And then you've got other
Oh yeah, I
ones.
have other designs. I have inclusion matters. Everybody counts because I've been discriminated by insurance companies saying like trying to get a flex mirror to see myself, and they say, "Why don't you just stand up and look in front of the mirror?" And my dad has to tell them that I cannot stand. Just getting supplies, it's hard. People will look down on you. So I made inclusion matters.
Yeah.
Okay. And
It works. It works.
it works. And the we've got a question for you from our previous guest.
What would be one thing about your current self that that you would change for the better?
Oh.
But I would change currently.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, Try to be a better person and get closer to God.
Lovely. Great answer.
Brilliant.
Now it's your turn to ask a random question to our next guest.
Ooh, okay. What was the hardest thing you have to deal with or learn being newly disabled?
Great question. Great question.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And one more question before I think
Okay.
we wrap up. I think,
Yeah.
and that is because me and Chris are disabled from birth, basically. You're the only one here on this call that has experienced able-bodied and then being disabled. So, what are the kind of like differences, or is there things you wish you've learnt about being disabled before you were disabled, or anything that you've learnt from being disabled?
Stuff that I learned being disabled.
Yeah,
Um,
anything from your previous life to how you are now.
Well, what I learned being disabled was patience. When you drop things, you had to learn to just pick it up. And I remember I used to cuss, scream on top of my lungs. My dad would be like, "What? What's wrong?" I'm like, "Nothing. I just keep dropping my plates, plates off my lap." And then one time I ended up dropping like a water bottle or something like that from the fridge. I ended up dropping it. I didn't scream or anything. I just picked it up.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "You're doing well." So I would say patience, on both ends, because if I was patient before I was paralyzed, I could have like talked to those people nicely, be like, "Hey, it's not right what you guys are doing. You need to communicate better with him," or stuff like that. I should have been more patient instead of just snapping. It happened for weeks though, this argument and stuff, You know, I didn't have anywhere else to go, so it's like I was staying with him or be back homeless, you know, on the streets, sleeping on the sidewalk. So patience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a thing we should have anyway. Patience. I don't have any patience most of the time, but there you go. But yeah. Is there anything else, Chris? Before we wrap
I
up?
think that's it. I just want to say thank you for telling us your story, your heartbreaking story, and thank you for your time and thank you for coming on.
Especially with the time
Yeah,
difference as well, because obviously you're in
yeah,
America.
Oh yeah,
We're in
you're
the
8 hours ahead, so it's
yeah,
morning to me.
yeah,
um,
yeah.
just
Yeah,
crazy.
I appreciate being on here though. So yeah,
And if at any point you want to come back on, just let us know and we're
yeah,
gonna have you on.
yeah. You could follow me on social media too. Peter could give you my information, but for those
Yeah,
out there, it's Joseph Huerta on Facebook, and on Instagram is Joseph Huerta 22. So
I do that now. I do
And
that now.
and you've got a YouTube channel as well.
oh yeah, my YouTube channel is T11 paraplegic. So yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got all these too. And again, thank you very much for coming on.
yeah, of course.
But hold on, before we let you go, we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Don't forget to follow us on all the various channels, and always been Learnding, and we'll see you on the next one.